There's literally 100 different ways that you can get fired from your good paying job for doing asinine things. And you can add what this young lady just did to number 101. Before we hop into today's topic, be sure to like this video. That's going to allow other individuals like yourself to know that this video is available and they can indeed come and join the conversation, which is what we would love. And then also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you hadn't done so already. And let's jump into it. So this lady, y'all, was fired for doing the most asinine, ludicrous, disturbing, I mean, it really does make you think, what is in the water? Something gotta be in the water. Something has to be in the water, y'all. This lady was fired for twerking on her patients and recording the video going viral on TikTok. This incident went viral earlier this month, but I figured, you know what, this is worth bringing it over here to the Yannie Report so we can talk about it, y'all. I have never heard of such a thing, but now that I think about it, this is like the second story this year, and it's only February, but this is like the second story of a young lady, us being fired for twerking or dancing or doing something on these people's clock. I'm just trying to understand. I remember back in the day when we used to work, like when you used to go into, I mean, not like the work from home jobs now, but back in the day when you used to actually go into like a building for a job, and whenever you left your job, you would take your badge off, you would take your jacket off, anything that had the company logo on it, you would literally take that off. You wouldn't go into the store with these people's, logos on it. You wouldn't do anything to link you on the outside world to these people's corporations. And the reason why people did that, myself included, is because work is work and what you do on your personal time should be your personal time. But when you begin to merge the two, you want to bring your clients into your viral videos, that is when it becomes problematic. It becomes abuse. This lady actually has felony charges. She actually has felony charges for twerking on her clients. Y'all, this is crazy. And I'm just gonna show y'all the picture, because the picture tells me, and this is no shade, I'm not even making light of mental illness or anything like that, but the picture tells me that the elevator may not be going all the way up. The elevator cannot be going all the way up. She thought this was okay. Let's take a look at the video.
Getting it popping on her patients.
You just don't do this to people. You don't.
This Atlanta area healthcare worker seen on TikTok dipping it low on her patient's forehead. Patients, you can see, are living with disabilities.
This is not a laughing matter.
And with the backlash,
it's not what it is. Trust and believe.
She had plenty to say on social media, but police weren't buying it. A breaking update. She has just been charged. And when the Shade Room started looking into this so-called nurse and who she...
You are in a position to help those who cannot help themselves. Anything in like the healthcare field, when you're dealing with people who are, elderly, disabled, you're dealing with, people who have mental illness, whatever the case is, whatever that patient's, situation may be, you're dealing with a very sensitive, delicate individual. And you have to have like a certain level of patience. I always say you have to be a certain person to work with like a home aid or just anything dealing with taking care of people and, doing for them what they're unable to do for themselves. Like you can see she's bathing them or he's in the tub. So that lets me know in my mind that you were supposed to be helping him take a bath. This is probably a disabled man. He's unable to do it himself. The video even say a disabled patient. So yeah, you're supposed to be helping him in a very private moment. Instead, you're on TikTok recording. So the question then becomes, at what point does a young lady become accountable and start being held to standards of like a woman, like a grown adult woman? Because you're 19 years old and you definitely know that this is problematic. And if she doesn't know it's problematic, that says a lot about, that just says a lot. It says a lot on so many different levels. And it's so ironic, y'all, because, these jobs or, just from a corporate standpoint, they like to say, oh, you're the ambassador right? Like you're supposed to represent them. When you're in uniform, you're the ambassador. And this is why this young lady got fired and she got these felonies, because when you are on these people, I mean, she got the felonies because this is abuse, but she got fired because the people look at these people in these corporate situations. They look at you as their ambassador when you're in their uniform, when you're doing anything and it links them to you, you are viewed as an ambassador for them. I'm gonna flip that from a spiritual perspective. Christ said we're supposed to be his ambassador. So if we're even leading with that mindset of I'm an ambassador for Christ, everything that I do when I leave my home, inside my home and outside my home, I'm doing that to shed the light and the glory to Christ and the Most High God, then we wouldn't find ourselves in these situations. We wouldn't be in situations where we're uncouth. Not only are we objectifying ourselves, but we're bringing other people into the objectification of ourselves. We're bringing down patients, disabled people into, this moment in time where everybody wants to go viral. But not only is your job, your job is looking at you like, okay, you're not representing us in a good light. It doesn't stop there. It's beyond that. It's about really using wisdom. And if we lead with wisdom in a lot of these scenarios, they would not happen. You would not be facing a felony for endangering a disabled person. Exploiting a disabled person is what it says here. Like, this is your life. You're 19 years old. You're probably going to go to jail, or you're going to have this on your record for many years. For what? For a video? I always say social media is good for a lot of things, but it also created this idea where everyone is in their own little world. They're their own main character. And, it's just like, to hell with everybody else. That's the worldview that comes with social media. The worldview with social media is that it is about me. It's about me to the point where I can't even see how problematic twerking on a disabled patient is. Like, let's just marinate on this for a moment, because not only are you lacking basic considerations, compassion, there's also a lack of forethought. Just the ideal that something could come, like you do something, you think, okay, something could come from this. Like most of us, we don't go in the store and steal because we know something can come from this, right? Like there's a lot of things that we don't do because we know that something can come from this. Like there's going to be a negative repercussion that can alter my life if I do certain things. But now social media has created such a worldview of self that most people don't consider the consequences of just simple actions. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this video. Is this too harsh for her to be arrested and potentially charged multiple felony counts for twerking? Is that too harsh for her? Or should it just be a learning lesson for her? I'm gonna let y'all comment below. I have very strong thoughts on this, which I have stated, but I look forward to seeing what you think, and until next time, I will see you in the next video.